Hey, Shawn, Clement here, Wisdom in Golf, and today we're talking about Bubba Watson, why his swing is way more natural. You heard Sean Foley and Brandel Chambly have a chat last Sunday afternoon and in the evening and then in the morning of Golf Central. And they talked about how Sean Foley said that Jack Nicklaus and Bubba Watson moved a lot more like how humans normally and naturally do. Well, let me explain to you that that's actually, yes, really the case. Not probably, but really, really. So we look at, let's say if you were going to snap a punch towards somebody, right? So I'm going to set up and I'm in my fighting position and I give it a nice snap. So notice my brain's got to go get the ground, use the ground to get my body out of the way so I have access to my target. That's self-preservation 101. We've done that for millions of years. When I'm skipping a stone on water, snapping a punch, throwing a stone, batting a ball. Notice hitters, when they're getting ready, see how that lead leg always comes back? It's incredible how you'll see this across the whole spectrum of disciplines and sporting activities, right? But yet in golf, we choose to be careful, watch out, nip and tuck. That's why Bubba's got amazing success. Never had a lesson, doesn't have a swing coach, just needs very consistent focus. And notice what he talked about. His focus and his commitment to his shots were well above the average in the last few months, and his putting's been off the charts. So put that combination, bring that to the Masters, and we got ourselves another green jacket, right? So let's look at human movement. So what you call a human being walking is basically a bilateral motion, okay? So bilateral motion means, so when I'm walking towards you, remember the fawns? Hey, so step, swing, step, swing, step, swing, step, swing, step, swing, step, swing. See how that works? So the arms are swinging along the natural step of the body. And you notice if you walk down a busy street, you're going to see a lot of bobbing heads. So you see Bubba standing nice and tall, then you'll see him squat down, and then you'll see him come back up again. You see Tiger doing that. You see Rory doing that. They're using the ground. Well, the same way we use the ground when we walk. So what if we were to walk with a golf club? So for those of you, and this will answer the question of the fire and fall back. You heard Brandel Chambly talk about that. Jack used to do that in his prime when he was really busting one, and same with Bubba Watson. So if we look at a walk, the center of gravity of your body, which is the centermost point where you have equal weight up and down, front to back, and side to side, right here. So if I want to walk, I need to fall forward and catch myself. I want to walk backwards, I fall backwards and catch myself. I want to walk to the side, I have to fall to the side. However, I can choose to catch myself in front of my leg or behind my leg. This is golf. So when I'm walking in your direction and I'm cutting grass, so let's have a look. Swing, step, swing, step, swing, step, swing, step, swing. The best that's ever done this is Fred Astaire. You watch Fred Astaire golf dance on YouTube. You go check that out. You'll see Fred Astaire doing a much more eloquent, we call this the elephant walk, right? So the head of the elephant, the trunk, the front legs, here we go. Swing, step, swing, step, swing. So notice as I'm walking towards you, my center of gravity doesn't go to the outside or on top of my legs. My center of gravity stays right inside the center of my arches. So when I'm walking and swinging, you'll notice the weight never goes to the outside of the feet. So if you sway, do some walking and cutting grass, have a look at my video entitled Walk to a Better Swing. You'll get a much more in detail look at this. So now notice how the weight shifts. It goes from the inside of the right. Notice how that's unweighting my front foot because the weight of my arms are now on this side of my body. Force plate technology, I did that 20 years ago. 2003, I bought my dynamic balance system. So basically, 15 years ago. And as my swing went this way, you'll see more weight load up on the inside of that trail foot. And then as my arms go up, they become weightless. Notice Bubba Watson's arms, they levitate up, just like Jack used to have that high hands backswing with that flying elbow. It's not a flying elbow, it's a loaded position. Okay, so levitate up, and while this levitates up, I can take a step. Now I can go get the ground. As I step, I get the ground, use the ground to get my body out of the way so my arms can swing that way. Now that unweights my back foot. Then I can take a step. See how easy that is? So your brain understands all of this. Again, you get this for free. So all you need to do, you'll notice when you start walking and cutting grass with the club, and you want to just cut some little, notice the width of my club head. We're just cutting grass the width of the club head. Nice, tidy cuts. Notice, very employable, right? So I am swinging and cutting grass and walking beautifully. The weight never goes outside my feet. So if I turn on more range of motion and more velocity, watch what happens. See what happens? My brain is getting, I'm going to the target. You watch Bubba Watson's head is behind here. He's going to the target. And as he extends, this leg is moving the body out of the way. So it's extending, it's going back. And when he really fires, if he's swinging smoothly, you'll see him finish his backswing. And when he's really gunning one, he'll fall back. He's getting ready to go to his next step. So obviously, if you're trying to lift the ball, that's a different thing. There's no kinetic or kinematic sequence there. But when you're walking, oh man, are you able to grab the ground and really fire through? Bubba does that incredibly well. So did Jack. I know he still does. He's still there, and he's doing just fine. So easy way for you to acquire this. Do some walking and cutting grass. And, have a look at one of my videos also entitled Throwing the Club. Bubba throws the club best. He really twirls that club through. We'll talk about that in the next video. All the best.